guys, this is the Gaming Weasel back again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be covering what you should and shouldn't buy in Warframe for Platinum. Now this is dedicated for the new players, for the players that, been playing a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, and they have a steady income of Platinum and have some Platinum and want to buy some stuff. Now I'm going to be showing you what you should and shouldn't spend your Platinum on. So, the things that I would recommend you buy is, for example, the slots. So, buy Warframe and weapon slots. The other slots, for example, Archwing weapons and Necromech and Riven mod slots, buy if you need the actual space. If you do not need the space, do not buy it. It's not going to be useful, it's going to be a waste of Platinum, and it's not going to benefit you in any way. For example, if you have one companion, there's no point in buying a companion slot because you have enough space as is. So you're always going to need Warframes and you're always going to need weapons. As a new player, to save, that 12 Platinum, what I recommend you do is the weapons that you really dislike, just sell them when they are max rank. Do not be like me, because I did sell some of my weapons previously that were not max rank, and that means I'm losing out on mastery rank XP. So max out the weapon that you do not like and sell it. If you're collecting it, you can buy it probably later on down the line and use it then, but at the moment, to save up that little bit Platinum, sell some weapons. Now Warframe, I wouldn't prefer you sell, but it is all up to you. Now moving on to something else like boosters. You have the Affinity, Credit, Resource, and Resource Drop Chance booster. You have a 3-day one, a 7 and a 30-day one. This is all dependent. This is dependent if you have the time to actually use up the full potential of the booster. If you do, it is it's a pretty good option to actually buy them. Of course, there are other ways of actually getting boosters. For example, there's currently a 13-day Affinity event booster going on. The 13th day was yesterday, so just so you don't think I said it wrong, because it started yesterday. But there's an Affinity booster. You can of course get a blessing if you're randomly in a relay and someone with master rank 30 blesses the relay. You can get a booster for any of the 4 for around 3 or 4 hours, which is pretty good because you do not have to spend 40 Platinum on a booster. You can get them through sorties. You can get a 3-day booster from the sorties. It is an uncommon drop, but you can definitely get it. I was lucky enough to actually get a 6-day booster out of this, so I got it for 1 day. So I mean, well, 1 day, 1 sortie. I got it for 3 days, which means the next sortie I got it for another 3 days, so 6 days in total. That is the current XP booster that I have active. So yeah, you can get those like that. You can also get a daily login booster. For example, I think I got a booster today for Resource Drop Chance for like 23 hours, which is pretty good. But I didn't pick it because I didn't need the Resource Drop Chance booster. But that is definitely something that you could get by logging in. But yeah, boosters are pretty awesome if you have the time. Then color palettes is something that you could buy, but you do not need to. Also goes along with, because palettes you can also get pretty easily. You can get a palette for Halloween, Easter, then what's it called? I forgot what it's called. Christmas, of course, but there's another one. You get the Shemlock one on that one. It's St. Patrick's Day, yes, that is another one. You can get those for free. You can of course buy from Barcotier for a pretty cheap price. But yeah, moving on to other things like cosmetics. Cosmetics you can definitely buy if you have a steady income, but it's not that important. You don't really need to have to buy those. It's it's a personal preference. Helmets, most of these you can actually get just by doing the Night Wave. Now Night Wave is gonna finish in a couple of days, in like maybe 2 days I think. Yes, in 2 days Night Wave will be over, but it will start up again, and then you will be able to buy more helmets. So helmets you do not have to buy from the market. And as I said, cosmetics, it's all personal preference. Now moving on to primed weapons in the Warframes. Now what I recommend you do here is, for example, grind out maybe like 2 parts of a Warframe, or maybe like 3 if you possibly can, or maybe 2 parts from a weapon and then 2 that you cannot get in any way. Then once you've gotten some of those parts, try to, if you can't get the last one or you don't have the relic for the last one, try to buy it off of someone. Do not buy Warframes and weapons while they are vaulted. Do not have to worry about that because they will be on unvaulting sooner or later. So for example, I sold a vault blueprint, or I know it's a vault part, I'm not sure if it's, I think it was the blueprint. It is a common drop, so bronze. I sold it for 80 platinum. I didn't check what the set is, but I'm guessing it's not cheap since the common drop is worth 80 platinum, which is pretty uncommon to be 80 platinum, I mean. So that's what I recommend. Mods goes the same. Mods that you cannot grind, that are really hard to grind, try to get them if they are in your budgeted range and if you really need them. Now, Orkin Reactors and Catalysts you can buy as well, so going into equipment and components. You can buy these as well. This increases the mod capacity and the Warframe capacity respectively for the Orkin Reactor. These, I do not purchase in bulk, because purchase like maybe one of these when you need it. When you find, use a weapon, level it up a little bit, see like, okay, this weapon seems really good, might as well put an Orkin Catalyst on it. Later or sooner or later you're gonna get the platinum back, so don't worry about that. But if you're early on in the game, you do not have to buy an Orkin Catalyst. It's not that important. Same goes for the Orkin Reactors. So these are pretty good to buy if you're in a pinch and you need to double your affinity, or so not affinity, but mod capacity. So moving on to Forma, I'm gonna show you something, which is this Forma bundle right here. Now, the Forma bundle contains 3 of them, which cost 35 platinum, and buying one separately, as you can see, costs 20 platinum. So if you were to buy, for example, 2 packs of these, it's gonna cost you 70 platinum, and this is gonna cost you 60 for 3. So 6 versus 3, that's 15 platinum above is a pretty plain difference, considering you only get 3 here and you get 6 here. So this is really good in a pinch. If you need and you do not have the time to wait 3 days, definitely buy this. This is a good offer. I honestly think this is the best bundle you can possibly buy. The Forma bundle is not as good, honestly, in my opinion. It is definitely a bundle and it is cheaper than buying 3 separate ones, but the Forma is not really that informative. I never used an Forma. As you can see, I currently have one. Oh, actually, I own 3 blueprints, but I never made one because it wasn't that useful in my opinion. But it's all dependent. That was my opinion. So that Forma bundle you can buy as well if you do not have the 3 days to wait. So that is what you should buy and what you can buy. These are the things that I would stay away from and that you do not need to spend the platinum on. First things first, moving on to rushing stuff in the foundry. Do not rush Warframes and weapons and components. It's useless. You do not need to do that. Spending 50 platinum for speeding up 3 days. As you can see, it's already 2 days in and it costs 50 platinum still. There's no use for that. Wait. Time passes by. They'll go do something else in Warframe or other games and just wait it out. It's, some people do say it's time gated. Yes, sort of, but there's a lot of different stuff to do whilst making a Warframe or a weapon. So you do not have to worry about that, but definitely do not rush for platinum. Second main thing you shouldn't spend platinum on is definitely Warframe weapons. Do not buy weapons for platinum. It's useless. It's not that important. I never ever bought a weapon for platinum, because it is useless and a massive waste of platinum. You can get any weapon that you want in game without spending 1 single platinum. You can go and see what the blueprint requirements are, where to get the blueprint, of course, by checking the wiki, or just, seeing, because, for example, let's go on the Bubenico, or whatever it's called. As you can see, recipe for Bubenico can be researched in the Biolab dojo of the Tenno clan. Same goes for the example the Baza. It's only the Tenno lab instead of the Biolab. Every single weapon can be obtained just by grinding it out, and that is it. Do not buy weapons for platinum. Now, Warframes, I did buy actually a couple of them for platinum, including Hildren and Nidus. Those are the 2 Warframes that I actually bought for platinum. The other ones I just grinded out, pretty plain and simple. Actually, I think I actually bought one more for platinum, not sure which one. I think I bought Lavos just because I made a video on him, and actually it was worth the platinum, so yeah. But other than that, Warframes are pretty easy to grind. For example, you get Atlas pretty easily, let's say. All of the Warframes that are got from bosses just requires time, like Ember, Excalibur, Frost, Equinox as well. These Warframes can be ground up, but just by killing the boss over and over again, and you're gonna get it pretty much guaranteed. It just depends on how much you want to play for the actual Warframe. So do not spend platinum on Warframes. If, of course, this is sort of an exception, if, of course, it's really hard to get them, or you can't be bothered to get them. Now, deluxe skins and cosmetics. Cosmetics are something that you can buy, definitely. I prefer you buy later down the line because at the moment, or not at the moment, but in general, they are not as important as actually buying, for example, some mods that increase your weapon damage, or, for example, Prime Warframe that you really wanted. Stuff like that is much more useful than buying deluxe skins, Sandanas, and stuff like that. It's not very important to buy. Now, in my case, I didn't buy the bundles just because I do not like the bundles, in my opinion, because most of the weapon skins I do not and never will use. But as you can see, I do have a pretty hefty amount of the Warframe Deluxe skins, but that is because I earn a steady amount of platinum, and I do not have to worry about, you know, platinum, because currently I do have 475 and I can buy anything that I want, but mostly I don't really need anything at the moment. So cosmetics, it's a personal thing. Later on the line you can definitely purchase them, and if you have a steady income, for example at mastery rank 6 or 8, definitely buy, you know, some of them. Maybe a color palette would be the best option in my opinion, but other than that, you know, I wouldn't really prefer it. Buying resources, these mod packs and stuff like that, do not do. These mods can be grinded out easily. These resources can be, farmed easily. Everything can be farmed very easily. So do not buy any of those. Go into the gear. This is mostly oriented towards credits, so we are not interested in that. Components, as I said, do not buy any of these. Don't buy lenses because you can grind them out later down the line. Don't buy resources. This is useless. This is a massive waste of platinum. Same with buying weapons in Warframe. This is a massive waste of platinum. Do not spend your platinum on resources. And yeah, always, I wanted to say something before the end of the video. Always price check everything that you're gonna buy. If you wanna buy, that's not in the actual marketing game. If you're gonna go to trade chat and find people for something, go on Warframe.market, which I'll leave in the description below for you guys, and check the prices there. For example, let's say you want to buy yourself Rhino Prime. First, check the prices on Warframe Market, and then you can, for example, post here or post on the Warframe Market as well your buy price. Don't set it, of course, don't set your expectations too high, because people will not lowball as much as you think. In the chat, I've noticed that a lot of people highball you. They, for example, on the Warframe Market, let's say something is 70 platinum, people usually sell it for 90 or 100 here, or sometimes even 150, so definitely watch out for that. But yeah, those are the things that you shouldn't buy for platinum, that I recommend, that I, prefer that you avoid at the beginning, and so on and so forth. If you have anything to add on this, definitely do. There's a comment section for that. You can add on this, say, tell new players what they shouldn't spend their platinum on, or another good thing that I missed. And that is mostly it. Hope you guys enjoyed. This has been the Gaming Weasel. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I really hope you did. And I will see you guys on the next one. The Gaming Weasel over and out.